We live in a world where it's getting easier and easier to put on a mask, don't we? And I don't mean the mask everyone wore for COVID. I mean, we're trying to cover up the real us. Especially with the new AI tools coming out, which, don't get me wrong, I use AI and it has amazing uses. But I saw this video tool, AI tool, this weekend at a conference, and they call it cloning. And this thing can make videos with your face and your voice without you ever lifting a finger or saying a word. It's actually really incredible what they can do now. But here's the thing. No matter what happens with technology, you can't replace you and you can't replace your story. It's time to own your story. It's time to step up. It's time to stop hiding from who you really are. So many people, they'll make this persona. Maybe they want to make something up, or maybe they want to show people the end result. They want to show people, look at all this success I have. But they don't want to show people the journey and the pain that it took to get there. When you own your story, people will connect with the real you. But when you make it up, they're going to be put off. People are a lot more intelligent than we give ourselves credit for. So how can you own your own story? What can you do to step into your potential and really own who you are? Well, there's 3 really powerful ways to start this journey. The first is to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to share your struggles. For example, my finances have been all over the place for the last 2 to 3 years. I was doing really well for a while, and then we were really struggling for a while. I'm still not where I want to be. And I've been struggling for a while financially, to be honest. But I'm starting to learn some new skills. And because I'm doing what I love now, things are starting to turn around a little bit. But let me ask you, am I the only one struggling financially? I don't think so. You see, when I show you my struggle, you connect with me. But if I just told you, yeah, everything's great, I've never struggled, I have all this success, and there's no journey, there's no backstory, then you wouldn't be able to connect with me. There's no connection in that story. People connect over a shared struggle. That's one of the most powerful ways to create a connection with people, is to tell them, look, I'm like you. Now, that doesn't mean plaster your whole life story all over the internet, but don't be afraid to share your struggle. The second thing is, a story not shared doesn't serve. Sometimes we think that no one wants to hear our story. Maybe it's too boring, or maybe there's too much drama. And let's be honest, everyone's story is a little bit dramatic, right? My son got cancer when he was 8 years old. Have you ever had someone in your family that had an illness like that? Unfortunately, it's getting to the point in this country where it's a lot more common. But it took me years to be able to turn that pain into power. It took me a long time to find anything good for what my son went through. But I did. I found strength through struggle. Someone out there needs to hear your story. Stories are what connect and empower us together. And the third thing is to change your perspective. Your story is what made you who you are. Every event, every setback, every challenge, every victory is what made you who you are. I realize now that my story is what makes me who I am. The pain that my family went through allows me to be able to help people with deep pain now. It sounds like such a strange gift, but it truly is a gift. The fact that I'm able to have empathy and I know what people have gone through on a deep emotional level, it allows me to be able to help them on a deeper level as well. Here's the exciting part. You can use different parts of your story to help different people. So for example, in real estate, if you have a brand new homeowner that wants to buy something, more modest, you're not going to tell them about all the huge mansions that you've sold. It's just going to make them feel bad. It's going to make them feel alienated. So instead, you could tell them the story about your first home and what an amazing foundation for your future success. Maybe some challenges that you faced along the way, and you could help them and reassure them that they can get through those challenges as well. At the same time, if you're working with a really wealthy buyer, you want to reassure them with, a story of taking care of some past clients in that area as well. So I want to encourage you, embrace your story. Be vulnerable. Remember, a story not shared doesn't serve. and change your perspective on your story. Here's the thing, sharing your story is not about bragging about all your accomplishments. It's about creating a meaningful connection through shared struggle. People need to hear your story. They need to connect to you and your authentic self. And no AI is ever going to be able to take that away. Thanks for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to learn more about how I can help you, especially in real estate, join me for one of my free webinars on Thursdays. Just click the link in my bio.